Hello and welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. Where we last left off we were introducing the playthrough, introducing our character and creating her, ready for our Jedi Knight story arc playthrough. More specifically, not just our Jedi Knight but our Jedi Sentinel, which is an advanced class of the Jedi Knight. Now, before we in the last video, of course, we landed on the Jedi homeworld of, or one of the Jedi worlds of Tython, where we're undergoing the final elements of our training to become a Jedi Knight. And while getting our orientation, we received a message, or Darren, I believe his name was, received a communication that the training grounds were under attack by hostile natives known as Flesh Raiders. But before we go down and obviously look into that, I want to spend maybe 5-10 minutes with you all going through some of the basic things we'll be doing constantly through the game, so I don't need to always re-explain what I'm up to. I might try and remember to put a timestamp in the video, so if anyone is very familiar with Star Wars The Old Republic, or just MMOs in general, then you can obviously skip ahead and you don't need to watch any of this. It's all basic stuff, but I like to get it out the way so we can actually get to playing the game. So this is our interface. Obviously we have Valeris right in the center of the screen. You can play with the interface how you desire, obviously moving stuff around, resizing it to your comfort. Obviously we're on the world of Tython. There are currently 15 players on this world, and we do have a little bit of mail ready for me to pick up that I haven't read yet. You may have noticed in the first video this was in number 36, because I have been a subscriber for this game for a good while, since the beta, with a couple of patches when I've dropped my subscription. And so obviously BioWare and EA kind of reward you for being subscribed for certain periods of time, and there's various goodies that I will be making use of that they have gifted me. But as a Jedi Knight, obviously our character portrait is here. We are level 1 and we have 744 health, which is our red bar here, and we're currently at 100% health. We use a resource for our skills known as Focus. We have 0 of 12 right now, and we generate focus by using various skills and various attacks on enemies, and then you can consume this focus for more powerful attacks. So the basic attack here we have is Strike, which inflicts so much damage, but it also generates 2 focus when you land a blow, and then we can consume 3 focus to use Slash. We also have or start with a Force Leap ability, which jumps us up to 30 meters towards a target, and that builds 3 focus immediately when landing the blow. Let's have a look here. We also, I don't think you normally started with the Force Leap ability. I think this was like level 2 you normally picked this up, but hey, they're giving it to us at level 1, why the hell not? As a Jedi Knight, we also started with an ability called Introspection, which is basically what this looks like. Introspection is a passive ability which allows you to regenerate your health a hell of a lot faster than just standing around and doing nothing for a little while. So you can only use it out of combat, but it's handy for some quick health regeneration. Also, if we were playing as, say, a trooper, this would regenerate our energy, our resource faster, ready for them to continue combat. We also have an ability called Force Might, which increases my character's... increases the target's melee, ranged, force and tech bonus damage and healing for by 5%. By target it means myself, so if I activate this ability, you'll notice 4 passive buffs appear. Force Might is of course the Jedi Knight passive, which as I said increases your various damages and healings by 5%. but because I have played both as a bounty hunter, a smuggler or an agent, and as a Sith sorcerer, up to, I think it's chapter 2 in their story arcs, I've also gained their passive buffs as well. So we've also gained a bonus to endurance, a bonus to our critical strike chance, and a bonus to our mastery, and internal and elemental damage reduction. Speaking of mastery, this is the character record. Again, telling us we're Jedi Sentinel, we're level 1, and these are the various stats in the game. The ones we're going to be primarily interested in is Mastery, which used to be separated into 4 different stats, one for each major class. You had, let me try to get this right, you had Strength, Willpower, Aim, and Cunning. I think those were the 4, but they've now all been combined into one stat known as Mastery. And the higher Mastery you have, the higher damage you'll do. Also increases some of your critical chance. Endurance is how much maximum health you have, which is going to be quite important. Power increases the amount of damage and healing you'll do. And critical increases not only the chance that you'll score a critical hit, but also how much bonus damage that critical hit will actually deal. Accuracy might be a little bit important, but apart from that, alacrity, defense, absorb, shield, for us as a Jedi Sentinel, not too important. The final stat, presence, here obviously deals with the effectiveness of your companions. How much health they have, how much damage they deal, how much healing they give you. And obviously you can look at all the different damage modifiers here, if you're really interested. Obviously our character here has some padawan clothing. We will be changing that momentarily. And because we're a sentinel, we actually start with 2 practice blades, which you can see on my back here. We don't start with a lightsaber, we will be earning that here on Tython. Obviously, we have a helmet slot, a hand slot, a waist slot, braces or wrists. We can equip 2 relics to give us various bonuses. 2 implants and 1 earpiece can also be equipped overall for our character. Okay, what else do we have? Obviously our inventory here. I have various goodies which I'll go through in a moment. The most important ones probably right now are our health items, which we may be making use of. There are better ones in the game which we'll encounter. We have experience boosters. These pink ones increase experience by 25% for 1 hour. The golden ones here increase it for 3 hours. And because I was a subscriber during the release of the Rise of the Hutt Cartel expansion, we have Dr. Ogorob's Hutt Hollow statue. When you level up in this game, you unlock new skills, new abilities, and you would normally need to go to a class trainer to unlock these skills. There are class trainers normally in major hubs on each world, but rather than have to do that, we can now just click on this button here, summon the hollow statue, and we can check if there's any new skills available, which is very handy. Actually, in fact, I will use an experience booster now. There we are. So we now have a buff here. We also have the sprint buff, if you're wondering what that one is. There it is there. I don't pull it onto my hotbar because sprint should always stay on. There's no reason to toggle it on or off. That's why there's a little blue bar here, meaning it's toggled on. And I have, because I've been a subscriber for some time, BioWare, I think it's BioWare anyway, maybe it's EA, sent me various titles for my character. I am Valeris Roh, but I could be Valeris Roh, open here, Valeris Roh, the founder. Ooh, hello. We'll be having a look at that in a moment. The light side grows stronger. And we actually gain a little bit of experience. Obviously, we have our toolbar here, we have our various abilities that I've quick slotted. The bar here is our experience bar. We need 805 experience to go to level 2 overall. And the bar underneath is our legacy level bar. As our legacy level increases, some more optional bonuses are available to us. But we're just going to unlock all the titles. I'm not really going to make use of them. But you'll notice some of them actually give us experience just for unlocking these. So we're probably going to get to level 2 before we even leave the Master's Retreat here. Oh, maybe not. Quite close. Okay, we're almost level 2. I thought I might have actually reached level 2 and then I could have summoned the Hollow Statue again to show you if we learned any new abilities. We have some, as I was talking about, adaptive armor. I will be wearing this armor for the entirety of the game. Up until level 10, it's obviously, if I open it up here... Oop, nah, that's not what I was going to do. Where do I open it up again? Control, right click. Ah. This is where you can put various item modifications into the slots to change its appearance. But we have no modifications available until we're level 10, so it's just something to kind of accept. But rather than wear the padawan tunic and trousers, we're just going to put all of our adaptive armor on. So it's just asking me, am I sure I want to bind this to my character? Because then I can't sell it. That's absolutely fine. I am hiding the head slot. Because I'm a tog router, the head slots don't regularly appear anyway. That's fine. And one thing we can do is use this die on the chest piece, and I have asked the game to unify all my armor's colouring. There we go. Now, I'm not too sure about the cape, honestly. Obviously, and the vibro swords do kind of mesh through it, but later on lightsabers will be clipped to our waist and I'll be a little more happy. But we'll make do with that for now. I was inspired by someone's post on Tor Fashion. This isn't an original outfit idea from myself. I just looked at it and liked it, which is why I've decided to go with how Valeris looks like this. Let's see, I do have a couple of lightsabers and some lightsaber crystals I will be using, but I want to earn my lightsabers in the storyline, so I won't be using them just yet, even though they would give me more damage overall. It's something I'm just resisting personally. And I couldn't use these colour crystals until I was level 10 anyway, so it's not so important. Rather than use introspection, I could use a optional item called the Music Therapy Probe, which will also help regenerate our health. And I have a Hollow Shrub Disguise, which doesn't do anything. But I thought, why the hell not? It's a bit of fun. Disguises us momentarily. We can't move while we're like this, but you gotta have these decorative items now and again. So, is there anything else I really need to go into right now? We can go into our companions screen, but we might as well wait until we have a companion. We've been to the character sheet, we've been to our inventory. Our abilities, as I said, are here. We have one specific to the Jedi Knight, we have ones more specific for being a sentinel. So as a sentinel we've learned how to dual wield one-handed weapons. I have various legacy skills which I've unlocked from the legacy screen. I might as well show that off before we get started. Here is the Omegon legacy. We are level 37. And using in-game credits, which is this here, I have gained us more experience when we kill enemies in flashpoints, and we'll look at flashpoints later. We gain more experience for completing our story arc missions, and we gain more experience just by exploring the various worlds that we will visit. And that's really the only real important ones that I've unlocked here. You need to unlock these for each character, but it'll help us level up quicker. That's basically what's important here. Is there anything else important? Combat proficiencies, yes. As a sentinel, there's 3 different disciplines you can learn. The Watchman, the Combat, and Concentration. A sentinel basically has some of the same skills, no matter depending on what discipline tree you go down, but each of these also teach you unique skills for that tree. I've been always trying to decide which tree I wanted to go down, and I think I decided I'd go down the combat tree. I'm not sure if this is the best tree right now, because obviously with game balance things will change. But yeah, we're gonna commit ourselves to the combat tree, which is a lively flurry of dual lightsabers and force abilities. The combat sentinel is a Jedi Knight who specializes in unrelenting volume, rushing into battle with skilled precision. The barrage of overwhelming strikes increase the combat sentinel's vigor until the enemy is little more than a memory. And we learn Lance, Blade Rush, Precision, and Clashing Blast for this tree. So we'll commit ourselves. You can change your discipline trees at certain points in the game if you speak to an NPC on the Republic Fleet Carrick Station, but I'll show you that NPC later on. So this is our discipline path. It's not so important until we hit level 10, because that's technically when you would become a Jedi Sentinel back in the day. But yeah, we'll look at this later when we get to level 10 and we've unlocked, say, the Lance ability. But that's fine. Anything else we need to look at? We have the mission log. Obviously, we have a class mission right now, Attack of the Flesh Raiders. Recommended you do this at level 1. Gives you a quick overview of what we're meant to be doing and the various rewards we will get for actually completing the mission. So we're going to actually get enough experience to level ourselves up when we kill 10 Flesh Raiders, unless there's a hidden quest after we've done this, which is kind of a thing in Star Wars The Old Republic. Once you've done this, something else might come up. We have the world map. We can obviously, this is where we are right now, but if I click here, it'll show you the entire world of Tython. We're heading over to the Gnolls to defeat the 10 Flesh Raiders. And anything else so important? No, that's fine. Okay, so we have our missions here again. And I think that's about it. It's went on a bit longer than I thought it would. I apologise for the length, but as I say, best to get it out of the way early. I'll break this video here, and when we come back, we'll actually get in the gameplay. So, yeah. That was a lot of talking. Sorry. I am sorry about that, but at the same time, it's best to get it over and done with. And then we can actually begin and actually have a bit of fun together. But, yeah, this has been AnthWolf playing Star Wars The Old Republic. I hope you've all enjoyed. Well, hope you've all bore through this video anyway. And then when we come back, we'll start playing the 5.0 expansion, starting from level 1 here, and seeing what Knights of the Eternal Throne has changed for even a puny level 1 character. But, until then, bye bye now.